Hi everyone, it's Justine. When you're on YouTube, you receive video suggestions pushed to you based on the type of content that you've been watching before already. Same thing when you're on Google. You need to type in an actual question, something that you want to know, for the machine to be able to give you a list of websites that might have the answer you're looking for. You always have to know and tell the machine what you want. So how do you get the more creative input, the kind of content and ideas that you wouldn't come up with by yourself? Personally, I want to see new things on broader topics and well curated, quality over quantity. So I actively look for websites that have a point of view in the way that they're curated, that have pretty pictures, and that bring me that new input, a broader perspective. I bookmark those websites and I keep going back to them actively, almost daily. Today I'm sharing my list with you. Number 1, this is Colossal. This website has several categories: art, photography, illustration, etc. I love that the photos posted are always big, good quality, and the articles always link to artists' profiles, further readings, and so on. Recently, there was a post about an artist who paints on used tea bags. This is wonderfully pretty. Look at that. Mini paintings. She painted one tea bag every day for 363 days. Now she's even getting a show in Philadelphia, so if you're based there, please go and send me pictures. The last post that I saw was a video of a woman making paper by hand. Let me tell you, I had no idea that many steps are needed in the process. On there, they post like an article per day, max, so it's definitely a pace that you can actually keep up with. Number 2, Ignant. This one is a major website for people interested in modern design, the clean and white type. It also has several categories, and I enjoyed the part on architecture. You see impossible houses in impossible places. I find it funny to scroll through the photos and imagine myself living in those places. When I see a minimalistic house like this one, and the bathroom is picture perfect, I always wonder what would happen if I put a colorful tube of toothpaste on the sink. Do you think it would ruin the aesthetics and the concept? Probably. Number 3, Boom, with many O's. This website is mainly crowdsourced, which means that anyone in the world can send in their art, and then the staff picks which pieces will be featured. So it is kind of crowdsourced, but still curated. Since everyone can submit, you can be sure that you will get a great mix of styles, genres, color palettes, etc. The website also publishes interviews and so-called artist spotlight articles, where they show several artworks by one person. It's like a mini online exhibition. If you don't want to go to that website every day, you can even get their content directly in your inbox. They have a newsletter and it's good. Number 4, Feature Shoot. That one is mainly about photography and about telling stories through photos. For example, taking pictures of horses' backs as if they were landscapes. I think that's a brilliant idea. And the curves of the animals are just perfect. So beautiful. It's also on this website that I learned about the print swap. You send in a photo taken by you. Anyone can participate. A jury selects winners, and then each winner receives a print from another winner's photo. So it's a random swap, and I love the idea. If you're interested and you decide to participate in this, you'll be competing against me. But last year, I think there were 2,500 winners out of 45,000 entries. So there are in fact many winners. It's a fun thing. Number 5, 500 pixels. Dedicated to photography, as the name says. Here I like the category Discover, because it's a full wall feed of beautiful photos, like Tumblr, but with curation and professional editors. The best one is the feed called Editor's Choice, in my opinion, and you can save your favorites in a personal gallery when you're logged in. It's hard to find good photos on the internet, really. That's why I think that this resource is a great one. Number 6, Print Pattern. It's a blog on Blogspot. This is more of an amateur blog with lots of banner ads, but let's ignore that. It is also a huge repository of all types of patterns on all types of surfaces. If you scroll down on the blog, you'll see the categories on the left side. This is rather how I browse through all the archive. They already have over 1,200 designers featured on that blog, so it's really a huge database. Can you tell by now that I like websites with a mix of different aesthetics and people? Number 7, Google Cultural Institute on fashion. Google has a project which consists in gathering all artworks from the world, ideally, to put them online for people who can't travel to a specific country but would still like to visit a museum there or look at the art that's there. Now they've started to do the same for fashion, and they're collaborating with the best museums worldwide to make fashion history more accessible. They curate the content along 4 categories: fashion icons, fashion movements, like street style in Tokyo, for instance, making of, where you see the crafts behind traditional clothing from everywhere, and the connection between art and fashion. One of my favorite museums in the entire world is featured here. It's the Frida Kahlo Museum in Mexico City. If you're there, trust me, go visit that museum in live. It's 6 stars out of 5. Number 8, Color Lovers. This one website is just about color. You have color palettes and you can upload your own. You have patterns. You have shapes. Looking at color palettes can be very helpful to find out what you like. When browsing, you will quickly see that you really love some color palettes by people and that you hate others. And it's a great help when you build a capsule wardrobe, for instance, and you're trying to decide which color combinations you want and which ones you don't want. So this is not a resource I go to daily, but it's something to bookmark for when you're changing your wardrobe or redecorating your house. I'm sure that would work great also for interior design. Number 9, Etsy. You probably all know that one. It's that online shop where DIY lovers and crafty people can sell what they create, the result of their work. It's a lot easier to do it on Etsy than to create your own website, and it's a good place to start a small business from home, for instance. There are many success stories that have emerged through Etsy. But I use it differently. Basically, I use only the category supplies and tools. It's full of materials that you've never seen before, probably never missed before, but as soon as you start scrolling through, you get ideas of things that you could make. Last time I visited, I found something called arm knitting. Do you know what that is? In the US, probably yes. In other countries, probably not. You take chunky wool and you knit it with your arms and with your fingers, without needles. They say you can make a huge scarf in like 1.5 hours. That sounded great, so I ordered some wool to try that, and it's going to be my next DIY experiment. Number 10, Craftsy. This one is for you if you think that you're not good at DIY and craft things, but you wish you were. They have good online classes in photography, sewing, knitting, etc. They sell the supplies that you need for those hobbies. So if you have no idea what you need, they even have kits with what you need plus instructions to make that thing that you want to build. They make it very easy to start. If you're still looking for a hobby for this year, doing something with your hands and giving your brain a little break might be a good idea. Highly recommended. This is my list of 10. I'm not sponsored by any of those websites, and even if, I would still only talk about those that I personally use and like. All the links are in the description down below, as always. Thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and if you feel inspired. And feel free to share your potential website tips, your own secret bookmarks with us, with me, because my bookmark page has no storage limit and I love to discover new sources of inspiration. Thank you. New videos every Wednesday and Sunday. I will see you soon again. Have a creative week. Bye!